Hi, this is Gilbert Still, and this is my assignment for Module 8, Case Study Narrative, Publicity, Politics, and Priorities. So looking at Section 1, Summarization of the Case. First, looking at who is involved. So Jackie Smith, Superintendent. It's a small suburban school district, which includes one elementary, one middle, and one high school. The PTA President, Darla Dodson. The school board, campus principals, and then parents and students. Section 1, still continuing the summarization of the case, looking at what happened. So the superintendent would like to establish a BYOD, so bring your own device. The school board supports the decision to advance the district with this technology approach. Campus principals do not see an issue with the BYOD policy, but there are some things that they would like to look into and that they do have some questions about. Because of things that they're asked me to complete. So things that they are asking questions about include social media, how it takes time and it can become a distraction. They don't want to be attacked by the public. They don't know what to post. Will the district provide them with devices? What about having to respond to social media responses after school hours? The PTA invites you to their next meeting to discuss the concerns that they have. Section 2, looking at legal or ethical issues. So right or wrong. What about those students that do not have smartphones or tablets? So the inequity with technology. Or students, maybe if they do have technology, maybe it's outdated. How would that be beneficial if it doesn't work properly? Privacy and data issues with the BYOD. What happens if those personal devices get stolen? Safety and security, viruses, network access, broadband width. Do we have enough space? Section 3, so synthesizing exactly what has happened. So the superintendent has been given the task with increasing technology in classroom instruction while keeping cost in mind, and would like to accomplish this task by establishing in the district a bring your own device policy. Section 4, synthesizing the facts. So looking at the people, suburban school district, students and parents. Jackie Smith, superintendent, school board, the PTA president, then principals and teachers. The place is a suburban school district with one elementary, one middle school, and one high school. Looking at the program, BYOD, so bring your own device proposal. Right now, currently not a 1-to-1 student ratio with devices. Referrals are written because of the inappropriate use of technology that is occurring currently. School board and principals are good to move forward with the BYOD proposal. Parents are unsure and requesting a meeting with the PTA because they want more information to help understand the why. Social media presence is wanted, but principals are a little worried about this because of the lack of knowledge and also just concerns on what happens when having to place things out online. Section 5, reviewing and prioritizing the information. So damage. Not all students have technology, and if they do have technology, it could be out to date. All devices are not the same, so there may not be the same application. So being able to give instruction on how to get to those, that could be an area of concern for classroom teachers. Teachers may not have the PD or the understanding on how to use all those devices that students bring. So how do we bring that all to the table? Tech support may not be provided when needed for teachers. Also, their knowledge may not be there depending on devices that are being brought in. Student distraction because of personal items on their own phone devices, so they may use it. They may not understand that boundary without digital citizenship being taught and parental support. Cyberbullying could occur more often because there are going to be personal things such as Snapchat, Instagram, different things that have instant messaging that they can utilize. So looking at questions, What happens if a student doesn't have technology device? How can we make sure that we have a network access, app access that will work for every building in the district? How many classrooms are currently using technology? What disciplinary policies are in place? Are we hearing from all parents about their view on the BYOD policy, or are we just hearing from one PTA group? Have we heard from teachers about their view at all different levels, so from elementary, middle, and high school? And what PD will be in place for teachers and staff at schools, but also for the campus principals with the social media requirements? Section 6, options and possible consequences. So first option being a no action. So the technology integration would remain the same. Um, so there would be continue to not be enough devices to check out to each student. If second option, follow through with the BYOD policy, socioeconomic privilege, lack of technology still or out of date technology, PD may not be there to support staff, and the lack of tech support. Third option, committee can pilot the Bring Your Own Device program. So district resources and needs would need to be evaluated. Input from stakeholders could be heard from a survey or different other outlets. Identify inefficiencies and come up with solutions, a solutions plan, and then continuous PD. Section 7, evaluate options. So no decision. If that were to happen, the same amount of technology is going on in the classrooms. The Board of Education could have to make a decision if it comes down to that. The policy is followed through with. Campus principals would need support on social media requirements that are being asked of them. Students may not have the opportunity to use technology if they don't have access to a device, and parents may not understand the why, so that may get some pushback because of that reason. If the committee decides to pilot the Bring Your Own Device, an implementation plan could be put together that matches the goals and vision of the district and what's best for students. Section 8, so the best option. I think the best option would be where the committee pilots the BYOD policy. So you would want to make sure that there are classes at each level, elementary, middle, and high school, that can have the opportunity to pilot, because that will look differently at each of those levels. Having a survey or other platforms in place that allow input from all stakeholders. So we're getting input from the families at home with the students involved in that, and then being able to look at what kind of professional development the campus principals, teachers, tech support, and other staff might need. Data can be utilized, so we can look at how many students need a device to use a school. We can look at technology, and technology integration was actually increased with the BYOD policy. Section 9, so imagining implementation. So first we would want to share with all the groups of stakeholders, principals, parents, board members, and how you would like to pilot the BYOD with classrooms at each level. Then we would want to see if students have their own devices, how many would each building need to supply to students. Research would need to be completed on technology devices that students have, network access, app access, and any other tech support. Next, a professional development plan would need to be developed for teachers on how to integrate technology when there are various devices that are have in one classroom. We would then want to gather feedback from the stakeholders, teachers, students, families, everyone on the BYOD. And then that pilot committee can get together, discuss solutions to network access, app access, any tech support, and the PD plan. And then lastly, the solutions and findings from looking at all that collected data, conversations, and feedback can be shared with the Board of Education and parents at the next board meeting. Section 10, so looking at the reflection. Throughout this case study, I've learned the importance of integrating technology into the classroom. That the BYOD is one solution that we could do to help possibly improve this, but also having to think about the cost of money as well, and inequity and socioeconomic privilege, all those things. But it's also helped me understand that our main goal and vision is for academic success and the well-being of our students and staff. We want to make sure that we're preparing students for life after high school, no matter what that looks like. Um, and we want to make sure that we're having a collective group of stakeholders that are helping to make decisions and creating that positive collaborative environment in that. We want to be able to manage the resources, um, implement effective policies, and use data to help make our decisions. Then in the end, we really want to be able to reflect as a group and look at our processes, refine them, and be able to make sure that we're doing what's best to meet the needs of our students. And that is my presentation for my case study.